Britain's emergency departments treat more than 14 million patients every year.
It will sting a bit as well, I'm afraid.
But a new condition is harming many of these patients, and it's called exit block.
There is no better way to grind an emergency department to a halt than to create a situation in which it has exit block, and there is no better way to increase the efficiency of an emergency department than to eradicate exit block.
Exit block is a pernicious problem affecting over 500,000 patients a year. The College of Emergency Medicine says that this is unacceptable. So what exactly is exit block?
Exit block is where you can't get patients into the hospital. They've been seen in the department, they've been treated, they've had their initial treatment, a decision has been made that this person needs to be in hospital, and there simply isn't space in the hospital to get them into an inpatient bed.
If you can't get patients out of the department up to wards when they need care, you can't get new patients in who need treatment.
So it's creating longer waiting times for other patients. We know that patients who spend a long time in the emergency department do less well. We know that crowding kills.
Peer-reviewed studies in 2006, 2009 and 2011 confirm that blocked emergency departments lead to higher patient mortality, and that's true whether patients are admitted to the hospital or discharged. Exit block also leads to increased lengths of stay, inferior care, and understandably decreased patient satisfaction. The College of Emergency Medicine estimates that more than 500,000 patients suffer due to exit block every year. That's more than 1 million wasted patient hours.
If a department has exit block, that is associated with an increased length of stay for every patient admitted from that department. And there is no better way to create more exit block than to increase the average length of stay for all the patients in the hospital. So exit block is a self-perpetuating problem.
The 95% standard for patients being seen, treated, discharged or admitted within 4 hours is a key exit block indicator. In 2012, 1/3 of emergency departments failed to meet this target. In 2013, this doubled. Despite £400 million of extra cash earmarked solely to alleviate winter pressure on Britain's emergency departments in 2014, just 52 of 144 trusts reached the 95% target.
So last winter alone, in a 5-month period, we spent almost £500 million for a short-term fix. So the suggestion that there isn't enough money in the system to resolve these key problems is simply a disingenuous interpretation of the facts.
And it's not just patients who suffer. The misery of exit block renders departments congested and chaotic and demoralises staff, leading to burnout and fatigue. It's created a crisis in A&E recruitment. Between 2009 and the end of 2013, more than 50% of the posts for doctors working in emergency medicine were unfilled. And last year alone, 44 consultants left to work abroad, further burdening those that remain.
When the department is full, it is demoralising and dispiriting for all staff. There is a limit to how much they can do, and when we get crowded, that resource that I have for my staff is spread thinner and thinner.
Released to the BBC under the Freedom of Information Act shows some patients in England, Wales and Scotland are waiting longer. One was kept waiting in an ambulance for more than 6 hours.
It's more than a week since an ambulance was called for the 85-year-old.
You run into this situation, the paramedics are saying, please can we offload this patient? I've got somebody in an ambulance who needs to get into the hospital, and you just can't help them.
And ambulance crews stuck in A&E aren't responding to emergency calls, which affects every single one of us.
I know, as a nurse, I know when the patients are trapped in the department, you find that you're running a ward as well as an emergency department, which means the staff to stretch further, and there are ambulances waiting to offload, waiting for our care, which we can't give to them.
Yeah.
It was very stressful. You know, you're very concerned about the patient's welfare and their safety. You know, it's not ideal for any patient to be on a hospital trolley for a certain amount of time. when they should be on a hospital bed being cared for by the doctors and nurses on the wards.
The most important thing to appreciate about exit block is that it happens in each department up and down the country every week. We know that exit block harms patients and it causes as much harm as many serious illnesses and injuries. More importantly, perhaps, we actually know the cure for exit block, and therefore it is completely unacceptable to continue to have exit block in our hospitals in 2014.